Alright, now, this video is actually a continuation of the previous video because I reached the 29-minute video time. This video camera I'm tapping right now that I'm making this video with, it only lets you make one 29-minute video and then it stops recording. Look in the description of this YouTube video for that video that this is a continuation of, and also this video and that video will be placed in a blog, okay? Now, at the end of that video, I was showing you this book and the fact that what's described in this book is by a separate target who's a postal employee, okay, who wrote this book. Everything that's described in this book, okay, by a separate target in another state is described to a T by Victoria Rose, a San Diego Chula Vista target back in, I think it was 2006. It's a documentation file that you can find online by going to Google and typing in Victoria Rose, California target, gang stalking or organized stalking, and or remote neural monitoring. Remote neural monitoring is flat out mentioned right below her location, okay? B2K is also mentioned in the second page in remote neural monitoring concerning what's happening to her, and everything she describes in this by her, okay, is directly described in this book by a separate target who wrote this book. Electronic torture and electronic rape has to do with the technological resources that are attached to organized stalking, gang stalking expeditions. Now, this individual, what is described in this book, and what Victoria Rose describes clearly in the second page of her documentation file, V2K, voice-to-skull technology, is described by this targeted individual who wrote this book, who was covered on Coast to Coast with George Norrie and Roger Tulsis on Valentine's Day 2013. Okay? Victoria Rose mentioned voice-to-skull in her documentation file. And what do you got here in this book? Voice-to-skull technology. And organized stalking, which is also called gang stalking, is mentioned completely and extensively in this book. Okay? Now, in this book, he also describes how the perpetrators went into his home, his apartment, and took the blinds off the wall and threw them on the floor. In my last apartment in Dearborn, Michigan, I wrote a blog, okay, stating that they entered my apartment and threw my blinds on the floor. Took them off the wall, off the window, and threw them on the floor, and I got digital audio files that pertain to that time period of when I was in Michigan stating that they did that. I complained about it. Either to my landlord or I complained about it in my email file, in an audio recording file, and I might have stated I'm not sure if I'm going to tell the landlord about it or not because he was engaged in gang stalking towards me as well. And this individual in this book flat out states property owners and landlords can be directly involved in organized stalking. And he also states he had to move to 6 different apartments in order to be able to try and escape the gang stalking and organized stalking that was happening to him. This is the diary of a gang stalking target, okay, that was found on the internet from Organized Stalking's channel, YouTube channel. And it flat out states here, cause stalking, which is also known as gang stalking, you may end up homeless, possibly living from shelter to shelter. That was written by somebody in January 9, 2012. Because creating homelessness of every target is one of their main methods in order to be able to subject them to more community-based harassment that a target experiences along all of their routes as a result of being subject to gang stalking and organized stalking harassment along all of their routes. And this community-based harassment is nothing but harassment that is achieved as a result of the community notification being sent out. It's a law enforcement tool, and it's a government tool as well. This is another target from San Diego County, Mirage Shahan. She's got a petition online right now. She's from Encinitas, California, which is right up the street from La Jolla, okay? This is her petition right here, outlaw organized gang stalking and community-based harassment. She talks about police officers, fire department, sheriffs, how they diagnose targets with delusional disorders on purpose. She's petitioning the governor, Senator Feinstein, Barbara Boxer. You would not believe what I know. Now make sure you look in the description of this YouTube video because there's a 29-minute video that I just got done making, and as I was still talking, I was taking a picture of this book. Okay, and as I was explaining why I was, the video camera stopped because I reached the 29-minute video recording limit. So look in the description of this YouTube video, and then look in the video that is below this one because I'm going to place it in a blog, and I'm going to stack them up like a column concerning this video, the first video, and then this one because this is a continuation of that one. Now, the 29-minute video that I just made literally showed you audio files of things that came true concerning what I predicted would happen at this location before I left to those places that the tactics and methods were caught. Okay? And I also showed you some other information concerning the Hemet Police Gang Squad being gang stalked, Riverside public officials being gang stalked. I literally showed you the, here it is right here, Hemet Police face terrorist stalking. The best thing to do is to look for the Examiner.com article, because it talks about the technology, okay, that was used to surveil them in order to set them up to be murdered. Now, you know, nothing burns my butt more than these individuals targeting, well, every target deserves the same respect and the same attention in reference to what's happening to them. But when it happens to a police officer, it makes, and or a veteran, it really burns my butt, because these guys are going out there fighting for us, to fight crime, and the veterans to fight, you know, perceived enemies of the country. They're being gang stalked for racketeering purposes, the veterans are, and for insurance fraud. The police are being gang stalked when they're gang stalked because they either witnessed something at work, okay, which can also be a motivation of why other people are stalked as well. Because corporate organized stalking and corporate gang stalking can also be initiated towards a target. In other words, corporations can initiate it towards a target, like a whistleblower. An institution like a university, even the government. Yeah, organized crime. This is nothing but a set of templates of protocols and methods that the government and organized crime who are working together have implemented against anybody that they perceive as a threat or as they perceive as a potential asset in reference to co-opting their property, their insurance fraud, human trafficking, property co-opting, land co-opting, trust fund liquidation, identity theft. They're into all forms of you would not believe the crimes they're involved in. Now, when they target an uncorrupted police officer, that burns my butt, because they go out and try to fight crime. And since this is organized crime in the system that's connected to the organized crime in the street, do the math. And corporations can initiate it as well, because, let me tell you something right now, a lot of American citizens don't understand that corporations, universities are involved in crime. You would not believe what I know, okay? And they're targeting me, not because of the original, just because of the original motivation. And human experimentation is also connected to these crimes. What do you think this book is about? Where'd it go? Hang on. What do you think this book is about? It's an implant they put in this target's head. That's part of the non-consensual human experimentation and the torture. So, if you don't think the government's not protecting these crimes, think again. And the human experimentation is done for mind control. I mean, come on, it's an implant right in his head. Why would they do that? Okay? It's not only done for mind control, for human trafficking, brain entrainment. Go to YouTube and type in Timothy W. Bioethics Issues, Brain Entrainment, and Neurocognitive Weapons. Yes. And the Hemet Police Gang Squad and the Riverside public officials, they were put under satellite surveillance, which is part of the remote neural monitoring, in order to be able to sophisticatedly surveil them where they were going in order to possibly set them up to be murdered at the places they were going to. Now, when you target an uncorrupted police officer with gang stalking or organized stalking, to me that makes you, these people are filthy animals, okay? They are the worst of the worst, okay? So these guys, they get up every day and they kiss their wives or their husbands goodbye, these police officers who are uncorrupted, and they go out and they try to fight crime, okay? Where all these different types of things can happen to them just as a result of their employment description, okay? And they're out there in the trenches trying to do good for our community, and then they're targeted by our own government. Yeah, because of the shit they're involved in. The organized crime that's in our government. That burns my ass to no ends. To no ends. Okay? Let me tell you something right now. My father was Chief MP to General Curtis LeMay. I have retired NASA in my family, retired high-ranking Air Force, and my ex-husband was a submarine radar antenna electrician. Submarine radar antennas are directly connected to the microwave hearing effect. Go to the bottom of Freedom from Covert Harassment and Surveillance. Look on the bottom of their homepage. There's 3 PDF links. Remote neural monitoring is the first, and the microwave hearing effect is the second. And that technology is what is described in reference to how it's being utilized against the people that are on the Jesse Ventura Brain Invader show. My name is Leslie Williams. I make these videos to inform, to expose the truth concerning the factual realities of these organized stalking, gang stalking expeditions. And then I'm here to tell you also, the individuals that they're getting to harass me and every other targets, they're being currently neurally choreographed as they're harassing us. Go to Google and type in Live Leak Greg Skamansky and Julian McKinney. Julian McKinney is mentioned in the resources feature of the remote neural monitoring file and the remote behavioral influencing file. Okay? She states that the people they're getting to harass the target on the dispensing end are the ones who are currently being neurally choreographed. Yes, and I've already made videos concerning that, and I'll make another one. I gotta go. I got stuff to do today. My name is Leslie Williams. I am not involved in any illegal activity whatsoever. I am not crazy in any way, shape, or form. They're getting online and making posts and blogs stating that, yeah, we've seen this crazy woman's video. She's crazy. She's claiming all this is happening to her. She's nuts. She's then they're trying to also paint me out as being a drug user. I don't think so. I'm in San Diego, California, because that's what it's called, is disinformation about a target, where they get online and discredit a target in order to reverse the perception concerning what the target is, who they are, and what they're exposing. The truth. Yeah. And if you don't believe they do that, Google it. I am not involved in any illegal activity whatsoever. And if you look in the description of this YouTube video to see that 29-minute video that I just made, and in the video, because I'm going to be putting this one and that one in a blog as well, and they're connected. This one's connected to that one because this is the tail end of what I was stating in the previous one before the video camera stopped. Okay? Just watch them. Okay? And you'll see that just in the previous video I just got them making, you literally see that I proved to you this crime is happening to me. The proof I have is astronomical. I literally caught a guy on 2/20/13 admitting to me and this hidden digital tape recorder that a San Diego police officer put him on the corner to engage in gang stalking. That's online already. Go to YouTube and type in 2/20/13, learning disabled woman catches another gang stalker admitting sent to harass. Then go to YouTube and type in learning disabled woman catches gang stalker admitting sent to harass, read comments. That's one YouTube title right there. Yeah, and make sure you look in the description of each of those YouTube videos, cross-reference any dates to statements of the videos and concerning what I'm stating and what's caught in reference to what people are admitting to. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams, and you better be dang sure right now, any perpetrators who are watching this video, I don't care who you are or who you use, and I don't care what you, because they'll take me off Social Security in a flat second. I was gang stalked inside of the Social Security office 2 days ago. Literally. Anyways, and Medicare workers are flat out mentioned in the manifesto that's online that was written by a manager of gang stalking. Go to Google and type in that gang stalking tech. Everything you need to know. It's a manifesto of a manager of gang stalking crews. Look at who he states they're connected to. Alright, I gotta go, because every time I make a statement, I gotta make a sub-issue statement, because sub-issues are directly connected to the preliminary statement. And so I gotta go, because I can't stop talking because there's so much to say. And I got stuff to do today. Anyways, again, I'm not crazy in any way, shape, or form. I make these videos to inform, to expose the truth. And I want to say this to any uncorrupted police officers that is watching this. Watch your back. And any uncorrupted firefighter that might be watching this. Watch your back. Because if you're uncorrupted and you're not involved in these campaigns, watch your back. So if you view anything that they think that you've seen, or if you've seen anything they're involved in, they'll target you, they'll target your family, okay? They'll set you up to be arrested and even lose your job. So watch your back, and I want to salute you for your uncorrupted assistance to the community. I really do. I mean that from my heart. And if you knew who I was, you would take that to your heart, because you would not believe who's my family is connected to, what has happened to me, and what I know. You would not believe what I know. Alright, I gotta go. I'm in San Diego, California, and I'm sorry I was talking fast, but I gotta try and condense a lot of details in this video camera for two reasons. This video camera, is it being corrupted from a distance? And is that capability mentioned in the remote neural monitoring file? I put brand new videos in this video recorder and start recording, and it gets shut down. Yeah, so does this tape recorder. Yeah, they pulled that on August 17, 2011 when they had me assaulted at a bus stop, because it was running before I got to it, and they wanted to assault me, and they didn't want the assault or anything